Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel, Carolina's Cretions-Handmade, the perfect place for you to learn how to make beautiful things of your own. So make sure you subscribe and click the bell button down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And today I want to share with you the first video on my craft room organization video series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make magnetic boards that you can use to store your dies. So keep watching. We're going to be using a heavyweight chipboard that measures 8.5 by 11 inches long. And as you see here, even though it's heavyweight, it bends. So we're going to need to glue two boards together to make them stiff enough so they don't bend and our dies don't slide off our magnet board. I'm going to be using glue that I bought a while ago from Home Depot, but you can use any glue you have at home. The glue I'm using is called PVA Professional Wood Glue. I'm using a foam brush and I recommend you use something like this because it helps you apply the glue faster and it won't dry so you can adhere your boards properly. You can use a white brush too if you have it. Flush the boards together against the table so you can align them properly easier. Now you can rub your hands all over them to make sure they're adhered. If you have a roller, use a roller here. They work perfect. I forgot to use mine. As you see here, because of the humidity from the glue, the board will warp a little. So it's not going to adhere properly. What I do is I set them overnight on their heavy books. And I also put on top one of my die cutting machines, which is heavy. So it actually helps them dry straight. Perfect. So you see there, they're really sturdy. They don't bend easily. So they work perfect. Now we're going to use thin acetate sheets that measure 8.5 by 11 inches long. And you can use also transparencies and you can buy those at any office supply store. We're going to cut on the long side, the 11 inches side, at 2 inches. If you work in batches, kind of assembly line, that will save you a lot of time. So glue all your boards, cut all your pieces, etc. and you will be done in no time. So turn your piece around and we're going to cut at 5.5 inches. So you should have two pieces that measure the same. Now we're going to score our pieces on the long side at 1 inch. And this is going to give us the shape for our tab holder. Now I'm going to use the We Are Memory Keeper sponge board. You can use scissors or a corner rounder if you don't have this tool. We're going to align the scored line with the cutting line from the tool and then punch. Turn your piece around and repeat the process. And here you can see how we have our tab shape. We're going to be using inexpensive white cardstock that measures 8.5 by 11 inches long. And then you're going to cut it in the middle so it measures 5.5 by 8.5 by 11. You will see here how they fit perfectly our acetate pieces. And now we're going to use our board again so we can punch the edges of our cardstock. So align it with the cutting line and punch. Turn it around, align it again, and punch again. And here you have our label shape, our tab shape. So now we're going to trim this and we're going to trim it at 3/4 of an inch. It's not 1 inch. Make sure you trim it at 3/4 of an inch and you'll see later why this is important. So keep doing that until you make all the tabs that you need. And now I'm going to show you this is why we needed the other 1/4 inch space in there. I'm going to be using double-sided tape. This one was a 3M tape that I bought on eBay a while ago. I'm going to be using this just so I can give it some use. You can actually use double-sided tape, a 1/4 inch double-sided tape, and it will be easier. So place the tape on one of the sides of the inside. Only one side on the inside would have tape. And then we're going to place tape on both sides of the outside. So again, you should have tape applied on one of the sides of the inside and both sides on the outside. Do this to all the labels that you have made. And rub them in, make sure that they adhere properly. And now you can see here why we needed that extra 1/4 inch. We're going to remove the tape on the inside and we're going to glue our acetate together. So this is going to give us our tab holder. And now we can place our cardstock tabs inside our holder. If it doesn't fit, if it's kind of tight, just trim a little bit and they will slide really easy. Now we're going to be using magnetic sheets. The ones I'm using, I bought on Amazon, and these ones are adhesive backed. These ones are 8.5 by 11, and you have to remove the backing. Do not remove all the backing. Just remove around 1.5 inches or so, and you can see how I'm doing it here. That will make it a lot easier for you to make sure that you apply it straight. So do not remove all the backing. And you can see here how we're going to apply our tab holder. We're going to remove the tape on one side and we're going to apply it to the edge there so the cardstock area shows properly. See over there how it looks, and then make sure that you rub it so it's adhered. Remove the tape again, and now we're going to place the other magnet sheet. So again, just remove 1.5 inches of the backing or so, and then remove it little by little to make sure that you apply it correctly. And this is our board. Doesn't it look amazing? It is perfect, and the best thing about it is that you have the label or the tab holder over there, and you can place labels inside using just inexpensive cardstock. And since it's kind of bendable, you can look back and forth to see the names of whatever dies you have in there. You can write the names by hand, or you can type them on the computer and then just print them before you cut your tabs. And since we have the plastic holder, the acetate holder, our cardstock will last longer, our label will last longer, and will be protected. So isn't this amazing? I love it. And they would adhere together because they're magnetic, so they're easy for storing. You can see here how many die sets they will hold. They are super perfect. I really love them, and I love the fact that I decided to make the tab holder in there so I can make labels for it. They're also going to stick together, which for me is nice because I can keep them all together when I'm storing them. And I'm going to show you in a later video how I store them. Please leave me a comment on the comment section and let me know which areas of your craft room are you struggling to organize, so I can make some videos and help you get organized and craft better. So I hope you liked my video. If you did, don't forget, click the like button, subscribe, and I hope to see you back here soon for another video. Bye bye. Love you guys.